Hello, great people. The administration of Bola Tinubu is at its mid-term. This implies that Bola Tinubu has used 2 years out of his constitutionally allowed 4 years, and he would apparently be seeking re-election. What is the performance of Bola Tinubu? How has the renewed hope agenda impact you, your friends and family, negatively or positively? On this episode of Politics with your sure plug, Dr. Omosholadeji, we will be reviewing the performance of Bola Tinubu's administration, and we'll be using the unexpected method, which is that we'll be using the information released by the Ministry of Information and National Orientation. As you can see on your screen, you can see an image. That is the list of achievement as released by the Ministry of Information and National Orientation. Now, we will now be cross-checking the reality of this achievement that has been listed here. What is the truth? What is the truth? What is the untruth? And I'll tell you the reason why I adopt this strategy. From review, majority of Nigerians, the masses, the mekunos, the talakawas, the have-not, they are saying that Bola Tinubu's administration has been an abysmal failure. So I don't want to rely on the information from the public since I have gotten the answer straightforward. So I want to rely on the information released by Bola Tinubu's Ministry of Information and National Orientation itself. So that means that we'll be using Bola Tinubu's script to judge him. So he has already judged himself. Then we'll now assess the level of untruth and untruth in what Bola Tinubu is saying. And we'll be looking at the impact and relevance of his claims. We'll be doing all this and a whole lot more on this episode with your sure plug, Dr. Omosholadeji. We have a lot to cover, so let's get right into it. As you can see on your screen, it says President Bola Tinubu at 2. Now, the first bullet point says that Bola Tinubu has achieved a landmark of giving over 900,000 beneficiaries presidential loan and grant schemes. That means that over 900,000 Nigerians has benefited from the presidential loan and grant scheme. Well, the question is that really the case? I can tell you that I am yet to see one person that has benefited from this scheme. And I don't know whether I am just unlucky since I've been born. Anytime government says that, oh, they are sharing money during the Buhari period, the trader money, the farmer money, all this money that they share all over the place, which I don't subscribe to anyway, because I believe it is not done the right way. Now, I've never seen any beneficiary of it. And please, I need your comment in the comment section. Have you seen anybody benefited from all this money that the Buhari government or the Tinubu government, have been sharing? This presidential loan and grant scheme, do you have anybody that, whether it is your friend, your family, that you know that have benefited from this scheme? I am yet to see one. And there was a time that the Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, stated that the Tinubu government have shared I think it was 50,000 or thereabout then to about 25 million Nigerians. What that means is that 1 out of 8 Nigerians would have received that money, because Nigeria is about 200 million population. And I made a poll at that time that, do you know anybody that have benefited from this money? Well, I didn't get any positive response. So this is, I think, another bogus claim. Let us be clear. President Bola Tinubu may have released this particular fund for 900,000 beneficiaries. But then again, because politics is a lucrative business, there are some people that may even be so wicked, so heartless, despite the fact that they are rich, despite the fact that they have been benefiting from public purse, despite the fact that they have been reaping the public, they will still go ahead and steal the money that should go to the Nigerian masses. So Tinubu may have released the fund, but then it may have ended up in the pocket of a few. Now let us go to the next one, which is that over 300,000 persons have benefited from the student loan scheme. Will I give Bola Tinubu a pass mark for this? Well, it's in two ways, in the sense that it's good that there should be a kind of like student loan scheme, so that if you are not financially buoyant, you can still study and graduate. But then again, if you create a student loan scheme and only 300,000 people have benefited, if you look at the number of students in Nigeria, in fact, if you pick a university in Nigeria, a normal university like Unilag, like Uni-Ilorin, if you pick all these universities, the number of students in those schools from all the faculties, 100 to final year. And if you look at it, if you want to include master's student or maybe PhD candidate, or if you let us just stick to diploma and undergraduate, the number in the university will be close to 300,000. So if you are now celebrating 300,000 for universities across Nigeria. The question is that, does that worth celebrating? And if these students pass out, where is the job that they will use to repay the loan? Where is the job that they will use to repay the loan? So if you look at it, I think this over 300,000 student loan scheme is a good initiative, but the beneficiary is so minute, and at the end of the day, the realistic of the sustainability, because if people are collecting the money and they don't pay, will it be sustainable for the federal government to keep dishing out money? And if federal government give you a loan, but then your parent is buying garri, rice and every other things at an all-time expensive rate, then where does that leave you? Because you will not survive by the loan alone. Now, let us go to the next one. It says that over 10 billion Forex debt cleared. Well, I must tell you that for this, I can't really say whether over 10 billion has been cleared, but sincerely, I read in the news over time that Bola Tinubu was clearing the Forex backlog. Some of them were being owed these foreign airlines. And I read some time ago that Bola Tinubu was clearing those backlogs. So you will recall that some foreign companies have not been able to repatriate their funds to their country. And I read it sincerely, in fairness to Bola Tinubu, that he was doing something about it some time ago. But I don't know whether it is now up to the tune of $10 billion. Now, the next one, it says over 440 ongoing road projects, including over 2,700 kilometers of super highways, where I don't have the fact at hand to verify whether over 440 projects are really ongoing. So I cannot really speak to that and whether it is truly 2,700 kilometers. But what I can speak to is the cost of this project. The cost at which Nigerian government usually say they are building all these roads is usually extremely high. It's usually super high compared to that of other African countries. Now, let us go to the next one. It says 3.84% GDP growth in Q4 2024, highest in 3 years. Well, I don't have the statistics to back this up, but then if you look at it very well, I'm happy that Bola Tinubu is saying that it is highest in 3 years, because everybody knows that the economy was more buoyant during the time of Goodluck Jonathan. So Bola Tinubu is comparing APC with APC. That means he's comparing the APC government of Buhari with the APC government of himself. So that I think is fair, because if he try to cross over to that of the PDP, he go catch fire. Now, let us go to the next one, which is 70,000 minimum wage. Well, I think it is a bit disgraceful on the part of the federal government to be celebrating the payment of 70,000 minimum wage. The question is that this amount, how many states have been paying it, and can you really survive on 70,000 naira? If you are being paid 70,000 naira and you are a family of 4, maybe you, your wife or husband and 2 children, can you survive on 70,000 naira? So you increase the minimum wage, but at the same time you agreed with labor that you are not going to increase the price of petrol. After that, you have increased the price of petrol, and the 70,000 naira cannot kind of like sustain Nigerians. In fact, some people have asserted that reverse the minimum wage to the amount that it is before, and reverse the price of goods and services to the amount that it was before. Definitely Nigerians will be better off. And if you look at this 70,000 naira minimum wage, this should be about $60. You know, this should be roughly about $60. So imagine in a country like Nigeria that people are earning just about $60 a month. Just, you know, those of you in the diaspora can understand what I'm saying compared to what people earn per hour in the diaspora. Now, let us go to the next one. It says over 13,500 terrorists eliminated. Well, over 13,500 terrorists may have been eliminated, but the impact is not felt by Nigerians, in the sense that it is not about how many terrorists are eliminated. It is about how many Nigerians are secure. So if Nigeria has about 500,000 terrorists, for instance, and you eliminate 13,500, that is an insignificant amount. And if you look at it very well, this 13,500, there's no way that Nigerians can verify it. And the easiest way that you can verify whether government is speaking the truth or not is the level of security in the land. So you have eliminated a total of 13,500 terrorists according to you, but then again, Nigerians are still insecure. Bandits are still reigning sway. You know, insecurity all over the place. So we are not feeling the effect of this figure that was reeled out by the government. Now, the next one says that over 50 billion in new FDI commitment, that is foreign direct investment. Well, what I can say is that over 50 billion in FDI commitment. Look at that commitment. It is not that the foreign direct investment that come into Nigeria, it is just commitment. Maybe like they are promising or they are showing sign. I think it is unprecedented to kind of like list this, that commitment. No, you should be listing it if they are bring their money. And would foreign investors be inspired to bring money into an economy like Nigeria, with our volatile judicial system, with the impunity of the Nigerian political elite? So for me, this over 15 billion in FDI commitment, I won't rate it as something that is worth celebrating, except if they are bringing that particular $50 billion into the Nigerian economy. Now, look at this. It says, the next one says, net foreign exchange reserves up from 3.99 billion in 2023 to 23.11 billion in 2024. Well, I don't have the statistics to back this up, but I remember a time that the government said that, oh, they lay claim to increase in foreign exchange reserve, and people were saying, oh, this government is a lie, oh, you are lying, no, the money is not up to that. But I don't have enough data to truly back it up, so I won't kind of like make much comment on that. Now, the next one says over $8 billion in new oil and gas investment unlocked. Again, just like the one of over $50 billion in new FDI commitment, this one is saying unlocked. It is there to manifest, and this new oil and gas investment is something that Nigerians are not aware of. What kind of investment? So I think this is a bogus claim on the part of the government. Now, the next one says 4 new landmark tax bills. I think it is not too presidential for a president to be listing tax bills as an achievement. I don't. Well, the bill may be beneficial to the Nigerian people, but now listing it as an achievement, I don't really kind of like find that interesting or enticing. Now, the next one says 5 new regional development commissions. Again, if you kind of like create a regional development commission, you are not the only one that creates it. It is the legislature that legislate on it. So is this worth celebrating at 2 years? No, we are to look forward to the impact of those development commissions. So again, I don't find this interesting or worthy of listing as an achievement. Now, the last one says over $800 million realized in processing investment in solid minerals in 2024. Over $800 million realized in processing investment in solid mineral. Then I think the government should be more clear, because you cannot just make unverifiable claims that Nigerians cannot verify. This over 800 million. Now, you want to ask yourself that, okay, this processing investment, how does it impact the life of Nigerians? And all this money that Nigerian government is listing, how come the government of Bola Tinubu is still going to borrow more money? So if you are making a lot of gain, why are you borrowing? That is the big question. Now, why are you borrowing more? So for me, I think that even if you are to rate Bola Tinubu by what he says he has performed, his achievement, I won't even give him a pass if I'm to rate this sincerely. What is your assessment of the Bola Tinubu administration? I look forward to your comment in the comment section. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politics. Subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past video. See you in my next video. I love you all sincerely.